They are saying fake currency, one, black money, and fake currency used for terror funding. These are the three objectives mentioned in the notification. We'll take your lordship through that. But the fake currency eventually turned out to be 0.0027.
Negligible.
I mean, infinitesimal. Absolutely. The second question is, does Section 26 give you the power to do this kind of demonetization? If Section 26 gave you the power, then why in 1946 and 1978 did you have to pass a separate law?
Mr. Chidambaram, before going into the legalities, as you understand, because you are a man with great experience.
No, I don't claim it.
Generally, what are the objects of this type of demonetization?
They have said three things. Well, the objects of demonetization are rather simple. That is 46 and 78. Currency notes not in use should be taken out of the system because it adds to the liability side on the balance sheet. Well, every currency note issued is a liability of the RBI. That's why your lordship will see that I promise to pay to the bearer of this note 100 rupees, the governor signs it. It's a liability side. If the liabilities keep mounting by unused or unusable or disused currency, the liability side keeps on increasing. So the liability is extinguished by demonetization. That is one object, which is a well-recognized object. The other situation in which demonetization is resorted to is when there is hyperinflation and your currency becomes worthless. For example, in some Latin American countries, they are issuing the currency, Argentina, earlier in Zimbabwe, the currency became worthless. Even a 100,000 rupee currency note could not buy you even a cup of coffee. It's completely worthless currency. You demonetize it. You demonetize it and replace it by new currency. That for every 100 rupee now we will give you a 100 rupee note. That is a legitimate objective because of external factors, domestic factors. Your currency has become practically worthless. You will now completely replenish the currency. That is a second objective. Well, these are the two objectives, as far as I know. Disused, unused, unusable currency to be taken out of the system and the balance sheet to be extinguished of the RBI. Second is worthless currency to be replaced by currency with worth. Well, the lordship
What
knows.
about black money and terror funding?
That is what they've now we come to that. They are saying fake currency, one, black money, and fake currency used for terror funding. These are the three objectives mentioned in the notification. We'll take your lordship through that. So the fake currency eventually turned out to be 0.0027.
Negligible.
I mean, infinitesimal, absolutely negligible. The second then one they said is, they added corruption later, but the notification only mentioned black money. Let's assume black money is the... Now, black money, we've got data, we trace that. Within weeks, days and weeks of this demonetization, Income Tax Department, DRI, seized unaccounted money in 2,000 rupee notes, the new 2,000 rupee notes. If I want to hold black money, nothing prevents me from storing it in 2,000 rupee note rather than 500 rupee note. Well, the three purposes of currency are well known. Many of your lordships may have been economics graduates. Three purposes of currency is, one is store of value. The RBI says this paper has a value of 100 rupees, the store of value. Other is unit of account, because I have to maintain accounts. I need to know what is my income, what's my expenditure. I have to maintain accounts in some way. So I maintain account in currency by saying I have 1,000 rupees in cash. I have 10,000 rupees in a bank. And the third is medium of exchange. Before currency came, it was barter. Instead of bartering A for B, we now put a value, and that is a value, and the currency mediates the transaction between the giver and the taker. These are the three purposes of currency. Now take the first one, store of value. What they say is you are storing value in an unaccounted money in 500 and 1,000 rupee notes. Therefore, we're going to cancel them. If you had eventually achieved your objective of getting that currency cancelled, it is neither returned or if it's in your hand, after 30th of December, you can do nothing about it. It becomes a worthless piece of paper. But if you issue a 2,000 rupee note, in fact, it's easier for me to store value in a 2,000 rupee note than in a 500 and 1,000 rupee note. What I would require 4 500 rupee notes or 2 1,000 rupee notes, I'm storing my value in 2,000 rupee notes. So when the DRI and income tax conducted searches and raids, they found unaccounted money in 2,000 rupee notes. So whether that objective is achieved or not, they may have genuinely believed that the objective will be achieved. Then on fake currency, within weeks, and I'll give you the dates and places, in Bandipur, 2 terrorists were killed, and on them, on the bodies of the terrorists, they found 2,000 rupee notes. They also found fake currency. So fake currency, fake 2,000 rupee notes. And the third one, my lord, the fake 2,000 rupee notes started surfacing within months, because technology is neutral, my lord. If the government can get the technology, the counterfeiter can also get the technology. So it is a different matter that according to us, none of the objectives were achieved, but that may be outside the purview of judicial review, whether the objective was achieved. The point I'm making is, in order to achieve these objectives, was this the method? Did you examine alternative methods? And I will cite the judgments of Justice Chandrachud and Justice Ramasubramaniam for the benches, that you are obliged to examine alternative methods of dealing with it. And after examining the alternative methods, you can arrive at a method. Here, did the board examine it? Did the government examine it? Did the government spell out the various methods of dealing with this menace? Did the RBI board address it itself? According to us, nothing was played. There was no agenda note. We want to see the agenda note before the board. What was disclosed to the board? Well, according to my information, it was not disclosed to the board that by demonetizing 500 and 1,000 rupee notes, 86.4% of the currency will be withdrawn. Well, no prudent cabinet minister, no prudent board member will ever agree to 86.4% of the currency being withdrawn from circulation. Anyway, so the second question is, first was the procedure. Second is, does the Act give you the power? If this power was there, why do the 1946 Act and the 1978 Act, the second question, start with the word, notwithstanding anything contained in section 26, we are passing this law. Because in 46 and 78 at least, Parliament felt this power was not there in 26. This kind of demonetization, the power was not there in 26. And therefore, kindly see the 78 Act, Mother. Yeah, kindly see the 1978 Act. Kindly see section 3. On the expiry of the 16th day of January, all high denomination banknotes shall, notwithstanding anything contained in section 26, cease to be legal tender. Why did they put the words notwithstanding anything contained in section 26? Similarly, my lord, the 1946 Act, section 3, on the expiry of 12th day of January, notwithstanding anything contained in section 26. Therefore, my lord, these are indications how Parliament viewed its power. Now you exercise the power under 26 without a parliamentary law, without a debate in Parliament. If it's earlier, you had to find another legal peg on which to do demonetization, notwithstanding anything in 26. Can you exercise this? Does this power flow under 26? Our submission will be that this power is not available in 26. This power is not available. That is the second submission.